Welcome to Delta Wing Aviation Academy, where we prepare you for takeoff.
Hello, pilots. Welcome back to Delta Wing Aviation Academy, where we prepare you for takeoff. In today's regulation-focused video from our Private Pilot series, we are going to continue building your foundation in the Private Pilot Airman Certification Standards. Specifically, we'll be moving into Task B, Airworthiness Requirements, and in this lesson, we will focus on PA.I.B.K1b, Required Inspections and Airplane Logbook Information. Throughout this video, FAA regulations will appear on screen, so you can pause anytime, read carefully, or even take screenshots for your revision. We'll go step by step, breaking everything down using real-world examples and Checkride-ready explanations. And if you're short on time, don't worry. Just stay with us till the end, where we'll quickly recap everything in a simple summary. All right, pilots, let's begin. Let's start with a simple idea. Think like a pilot. Before we dive into regulations, let's first understand this in a practical way. Think about your car for a moment. Before a long trip, what do you usually do? You check the oil, you check the brakes, you make sure it's serviced properly. Now let's move that thinking into aviation. Aircraft are exactly the same, but the rules are far more strict, structured, and documented. So instead of guessing, pilots follow a clear system to stay compliant and safe. And to make this easy, we use a simple memory tool. Let's move on to AV1ATE, the memory trick. Now we'll introduce one of the most important memory aids in aviation, AV1ATE. Think of it as the word aviate, but with a 1 replacing the I, representing the 100-hour inspection. Now let's break it down step by step so it becomes very easy to remember. Let's go through AV1ATE in detail. Now we'll see what each letter stands for. A, annual inspection, every 12 calendar months. V, VOR check, every 30 days, only for IFR operations. 1, 100-hour inspection, every 100 flight hours when used for hire. A, altimeter and static system check, every 24 months, IFR only. T, transponder inspection, every 24 months. E, ELT, emergency locator transmitter, inspection, every 12 months, battery replacement, after 1 hour of use or 50% of battery life. And additionally, we also include static system encoder checks, every 24 months IFR. Now that we understand the memory tool, let's move on and connect it with actual FAA regulations. Let's see how these requirements align with FAA rules under 14 CFR Part 91, Annual Inspection, 91409 Alpha, 100-hour inspection, 91409 Bravo, VOR check, 91171, altimeter and static system, 91411, transponder, 91413, ELT, 91207. Now that we've linked memory with regulation, let's go deeper into each one step by step. Let's begin with annual inspection. FAR 91-409 Alpha. This is a complete inspection of the aircraft and must be done every 12 calendar months. Let's understand a few key points. It applies to all civil aircraft. It must be performed by an A and P mechanic with inspection authorization, IA. It ensures the aircraft is fully airworthy. For example, if the inspection was done on March 10th, 2025, it remains valid until March 31st, 2026. So moving forward, this is your baseline inspection requirement. Now let's move on to 100-hour inspection, FAR 91-409 Bravo. This applies only when the aircraft is used for hire or instruction. Let's break it down. It applies when carrying passengers for hire. It also applies to flight instruction when the aircraft is provided by a flight school or operator. It is required only when the aircraft is used to carry passengers for hire or used for flight instruction for hire. For hire includes situations where money or compensation is involved, directly or indirectly. Now, an important point to remember, an annual inspection can replace a 100-hour inspection, but a 100-hour inspection cannot replace an annual inspection. For sign-off, annual inspection, A&P mechanic with inspection authorization, IA. 100-hour inspection, any certificated A&P mechanic. Important operational rule, you are allowed to exceed the 100-hour limit by up to 10 hours only for the purpose of flying the aircraft to a place where the inspection can be performed. However, this extension cannot be used for carrying passengers or for higher operations. Grace period rule, you may exceed the 100-hour limit by up to 10 hours, only if necessary to reach a maintenance facility. Example, inspection due at 300 hours, aircraft flown to 310 hours for maintenance. Next inspection is still due at 400 hours, not 410 hours. The next inspection is always based on the original due time, not the extended hours. Let's move on to the VOR check. FAR 91-171. The VOR check is required for IFR operations only for every 30 days. Let's understand the limits. Ground check plus or minus 4 degrees. Airborne check plus or minus 6 degrees. Dual VOR difference plus or minus 4 degrees. And importantly, this must always be recorded with date, location, error, signature. This is not required for VFR-only operations. Therefore, for a private pilot check ride conducted under VFR, it is not required. Now let's move on to altimeter and static system. FAR 91-411. This inspection ensures altimeter accuracy, static system integrity, and encoder correctness. It is required every 24 months and applies only to IFR operations. So the goal here is simple: accurate altitude reporting to ATC for safe separation. Now let's look at transponder. FAR 91-413. This is required every 24 months and ensures proper identification in controlled airspace. It applies in Class A, B, C airspace, Mode C VAL areas. So as we move into controlled airspace operations, this becomes critical for ATC tracking. Let's move on to ELT FAR 91-207. Now we come to the emergency locator transmitter, ELT. Let's break this into simple parts. Inspection, every 12 months. Battery, replace after. 1 hour of use or 50% of battery life. And testing rules are important. Only during first 5 minutes of the hour on 121.5 megahertz. So as we move forward, ELT ensures survival and search and rescue capability. Now that we've covered all the AV-1ATE inspections, let's connect everything to documentation. Now let's move on to record keeping. FAR 91-417. Because in aviation, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. So pilots and maintenance teams must maintain all maintenance and inspections, total time for airframe, engine, propeller, life-limited parts status, airworthiness, directives, ADs, FAA Form 337 for major repairs. And every entry must include description of work, date, signature, and certificate number. In our next video, we'll go even deeper into how logbooks are managed in real-world operations. Now let's move on to Checkride questions. Let's quickly shift into how this appears in your oral exam. We'll go through common DPE-style questions so you're fully prepared. Examiner asks, is your aircraft airworthy today? Correct answer, yes. The aircraft is airworthy because it conforms to its type certificate and is in a condition for safe operation, and all required AV-8 inspections are current. Next question, how do you determine if an aircraft is airworthy before flight? Correct answer, I verify that all required AV-8 inspections are current. There are no open discrepancies, the aircraft conforms to its type design, and it is in a safe condition for flight. Next question, your annual inspection expired yesterday. Can you fly? Correct answer, no. Once the annual inspection expires, The aircraft is no longer airworthy and cannot be flown. Next question. Can a 100-hour inspection replace an annual inspection? Correct answer, no. A 100-hour inspection cannot replace an annual inspection. Next question. Can an annual inspection replace a 100-hour inspection? Correct answer, yes. A current annual inspection can be used in place of a 100-hour inspection. Next question. When can you legally exceed the 100-hour inspection requirement? Correct answer. I may exceed the 100-hour inspection by up to 10 hours only if necessary to reach a maintenance facility. Next question. Your aircraft is not used for hire. Do you still need a 100-hour inspection? Correct answer, no. The 100-hour inspection is only required for aircraft used for hire or flight instruction in a provided aircraft. Next question. After exceeding the 100-hour limit, can you still carry passengers? Correct answer, no. Once the 100-hour inspection is overdue, the aircraft is not in compliance and cannot be used for carrying passengers until it is inspected. Next question. When is a 100-hour inspection required? Correct answer. A 100-hour inspection is required when an aircraft is used to carry passengers for hire or is used for flight instruction for hire. Next question. Does a private Checkride practical test require a 100-hour inspection? Correct answer, no. A private Checkride with a DPE is not considered for hire operations, so a 100-hour inspection is not required. Next question. If I use my own aircraft for a Checkride, do I need a 100-hour inspection? Correct answer, no. If the aircraft is not being used for hire or compensated instruction, the 100-hour inspection is not required. Next question. If a flight school provides the aircraft for training, is a 100-hour inspection required? Correct answer, yes. When the aircraft is used for compensated flight instruction by a flight school or operator, a 100-hour inspection is required. Next question. If my friend rents me his aircraft for personal use, is a 100-hour inspection required? Correct answer, no. A private rental for personal use without instruction or commercial passenger carriage does not require a 100-hour inspection. Next question. What does for hire mean in relation to the 100-hour inspection rule? Correct answer. For hire means any operation involving compensation, directly or indirectly, such as flight instruction for payment or carrying passengers for compensation. Next question. Can you summarize when the 100-hour inspection applies? Correct answer. Yes. The 100-hour inspection applies only when the aircraft is used commercially for flight instruction or passenger carriage for hire. Next question. What is a simple memory aid for the 100-hour inspection rule? Correct answer. 100-hour applies only when the aircraft is used commercially for instruction or passenger carriage for hire. Next question. Where do you find proof that inspections are current? Correct answer. In the aircraft maintenance logbooks. Next question. What happens if a required inspection is overdue? Correct answer. The aircraft becomes unairworthy and may not be flown. Next question. If all inspections are current, is the aircraft automatically airworthy? Correct answer, no. It must also be in a safe condition for flight in free of defects. Next question. Which AV-1ATE items are not required for a VFR private pilot flight today? Correct answer. VOR checks and altimeter. Static system inspections are not required for VFR operations unless IFR is conducted. Next question. Can you fly an unairworthy aircraft? Correct answer. Only with a special flight permit issued by the FAA for a specific purpose, such as ferrying to maintenance. Next question. Who is responsible for determining airworthiness before each flight? Correct answer. The pilot in command is responsible for determining airworthiness before flight. Next question. Your transponder inspection is expired. Can you still fly? Correct answer. Yes, but only if the transponder is not required for that airspace or with ATC authorization. Next question. Your altimeter and static system inspection is expired. Can you fly VFR? Correct answer. Yes, because it is only required for IFR operations. Next question. Your ELT battery is below 50% of useful life. Can you fly? Correct answer. No. The ELT battery must be replaced when it reaches 50% of its useful life or after 1 cumulative hour of use. Next question. Can you fly without an ELT installed? Correct answer. Yes, but only under specific FAA approved exceptions such as training, ferry flights, or authorized exemptions. Next question. Do you need a VOR check for VFR flight? Correct answer. No. A VOR check is only required for IFR operations. Next question. Can you perform a VOR check during a VFR flight? Correct answer. Yes, it can be done voluntarily, but it is not required. Next question. Your aircraft has a current annual, but you notice a crack in the wing. Can you fly? Correct answer. No. The aircraft is not in a safe condition for flight and is therefore not airworthy. Next question. Can you fly with an inoperative transponder? Correct answer. Yes, but only if it is not required for the airspace being operated in or with proper ATC authorization. Next question. How do you track 100-hour inspections? Correct answer. They are tracked using Hobbs time or TAC time, depending on the aircraft and operator procedures. Next question. What inspections are required for VFR operations? Correct answer. Annual inspection, 100-hour if applicable, ELT inspection, and transponder only if required by airspace. Next question. Can you legally fly without a current ELT inspection? Correct answer. No, unless operating under a specific FAA-approved exception. Thanks for watching today's video on recent flight experience for private pilots. If this helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating clear, FAA-accurate aviation education. Fly safe, and I'll see you in the next video.